here we are, half an hour before. Here's Debbie trying to get some new fans. There's Deb trying to get a few more fans. As a matter of fact, everybody at this table is a Toastmaster fan. We've all been paid $20 for our appearance tonight. Good luck.
Here she is, Debra Steeves, everybody.
Knowing that I'm either funny or sexy, so feel free to keep your laughs to yourself. I have to tell you, I'm nervous tonight. There's a lot of people here, a lot of people I know, and I'd much rather do this in front of people I don't know. And when I get nervous, my nose runs, which is nice because I talk fast, my nose runs, and I'm walking around, I look like I'm on crack. Yeah, people find that really amusing, and the thing that's great is I'm completely sober, I don't even drink. And whenever I say that to people, they say, ever? And I say, yeah, I know, I've never had a drink in my life. Ever? No, never. I've never had a drink in my life. And they don't believe me. They're like, oh, come on, let me buy you a tequila shooter and a beer. And, no, I don't drink. Ever? And it blows their mind. And I don't understand it. So I just start sniffing and say, you know what? I did a couple of lines out the pool going totally cool. And that gets them off my back, which is awesome. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I got divorced a few years ago. I also lost 175 pounds of ugly fat. That's pretty big now. Because you know your hopes are dashed and your heart's broken. That's not a good time to be dating, folks. Does anyone agree with that? A lot of men out there? So I was single for a while, and a lot of my friends were concerned about me. They thought maybe I had, how do you say, changed teens? And I didn't really understand that at first because they would say things like, Debbie, you should really get out in the dating world. And I'd be like, why? I'm just single for a while. You've been single for over a year, and we're a little worried about you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then one day I happened to say, you know who I love? Ellen. And all of a sudden my friends are like passing $5 bills back and forth, nodding their head going, see, I told you you're right. And I don't understand that. Just because I watch Ellen's show doesn't mean I'm a lesbian, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just I don't want you sending me girls today because it's awkward. I watched Seinfeld all the time it was on TV. It didn't make me Jewish. I watched The Cosby Show its entire run. It didn't make me funny. So I didn't understand that. But I was single for a while and my friends were worried. So once I realized what they were thinking, I decided I better jump into the dating pool. And I decided to try some online dating. And there's this site called Plenty of Fish. Is anyone familiar with that? Hey! I've seen a couple of you on there. Yeah, I think you've been out. And there's a lot of people on that site that should be thrown back. And I'm going to tell you a few stories. I did check off the boxes on the profile so I wouldn't get the perverts and the weirdos. It's not a great system. They still get through. I'll tell you, my favorite date was this guy who was about an inch shorter than me. What's an inch? It's not a big deal. It seemed to be to him. He was quite focused on this, that he was an inch shorter than me. And so we went out on one date, and that was nice, and I told him my entire life story because I love to talk, and I'll tell you anyone my life story, ask me later, I'll tell you everything about birth to, this age. And so the second date, more of the same. And the third date, ladies, I didn't know this, but there's something expected on the third date. Does anyone understand what I'm saying? Okay, you ladies have been out in the world too. Some people give it up on the second date. Apparently I did not know the rule. And so on the third date, he asked me, could you, if I asked you, would you wanna? I said, I don't think so, but thank you. And then it kind of got mean, because he had invested a lot of money in pizza. And he expected a little bit of return on that investment. So I told him I had some gum surgery, I had a little receding gums, I was a little self-conscious about my teeth, so he decided to take a shot at me, but he did it like this. He said, you have a great smile, you should get your teeth fixed. So when he stood up to leave, I looked him in the eye and I said, you know what? I can go to a dentist, but you aren't going to grow. He seemed nice. There'll be a trend here. We went to a movie. He didn't offer to pay. I'm a Wonder Woman. I paid. We went to go get snacks, but he didn't offer to pay for those either. So I said, well, let's forget that. And so for 20 minutes, I'm regaling him with my tales, and he's not responding in any way. He's just standing there like this. So after 20 minutes, I'm mad because I paid for a movie with this doofus, and now he's not even being nice. And I'm sorry, but you don't seem to be enjoying my stories. And he responded, oh no, they're delightful. Have you heard a straight man use the word delightful? I thought maybe I had checked off the wrong thing on my profile. So I asked him, I'm sorry, did you actually want to date my brother? To which he responded, does your brother have a sister? I didn't give up. I just wanted to know, I didn't give up. There had to be one good man out there, and I thought I found him. I was just about ready to give up. I found this email from this guy. He said, you are beautiful. I said, this man's a genius. I have to date him. So I decided to meet him for a drink, and we walked out to, I met him at a bar, and he walked in. He looked at me adoringly, and he said, you are absolutely beautiful, and I know beautiful women. Because I used to be one. And that's my time, folks.
Pleased to announce that coming in third place with a total score on our records of 226 points from Halifax, Mike Hartland. Let's hear it.
Score of 238 points, Debra Steeves.
All right, for number one, the winner, taking home all the marbles, my friend Mr. Francois Weber from the
Congratulations to Francois Weber. Comes from Charlottetown, obviously worth the trip across the bridge. And I don't think we talked about this much tonight, but on top of that lovely prize there, which you get to keep for the next couple of hours when it goes back in our studio.